Oh, man, I was so excited. This is the real reason I came down.
Check this out right here.
Dude, awesome. Gritty wife. Yes.
Yeah, so that's
2020.
got you a jar of bear meat.
Thank you.
2020.
Dude, awesome. This is so cool.
And you ate it. Now, you were a little
So
skeptical
good.
of the canned bear meat last time.
So this is canned bear meat for people watching. If you're watching this, and if you're not watching this, I'm holding up a jar of what looks like dog food and water. But I'll tell you, so this sat when I got home after that last podcast. It sat there until late fall. And I think late fall, maybe even into the early winter, but it sat there in our kitchen sink. And my wife's like, "Don't you need to refrigerate that?" I'm like, nope, it's canned, and we're going to have it sometime. And so it sat there months and months and months. And then I had this crew come over for a wild game dinner that we do sometimes.
Yeah,
and we'll
Sloan was with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Sloan Brown was there. We had the whole crew, Carter Country Meats. We had the whole crew there. It was awesome. And so I usually have elk or moose or whitetail axis, if we have some alligator or whatever else in there, we have it all, prepared. And people can try different things. Maybe they haven't tried duck before or whatever, who knows. But so we had the wild game dinner. We're like, all right, this is the time. This is the time. So we opened this, and we had all those things. We had Axis backstrap. We had, tenderloin. We had all that stuff laid out and all prepared. And then we opened this. And actually, when we opened it, it looked different when we poured it out. We're like, oh my gosh, this looks like filet mignon in here. Right. And then we cooked it up, and it was everyone's favorite of all those things. Yep. This was everyone's favorite, to include mine. It was so good. So ever since then, I'm like, gosh, I got to get back for a podcast. Maybe he'll remember and I'll get another gift. So thank you so much. Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's amazing how many people don't realize how good black bear tastes, especially canned, because, it's got the fat. It's so fatty.
And you put a couple spices in with it, right?
Yeah. Just garlic.
Yep.
Just garlic clove or whatever.
Okay.
And a little bit of salt. And what happens is, it's been in the garage. So it's colder in the garage. So the fat is really turned to a solid, where this is in the house. Okay. But this is also deer.
Oh, nice.
So here's deer, and it's got like a pinch of bear meat in it. Really? Because the deer is very lean. So I want you to try the two.
Thank you.
Where this is like fatty and rich, and it's sort of it's got all that visceral fat in between the meat tissue, and so it just sort of like pot roast. It just like a good fatty beef, it sort of just falls apart, where the deer meat doesn't have the same level of flavor. Like the fat's not there. Okay. So it's leaner, but because we add a little bit of bear fat to it, not very much, just a little, like a couple chunks of bear meat with the deer. Amazing. It really does improve the jars of deer meat. Like, I'm pretty dang happy with those too. They're not as dry as they have been. The reason I love it though is I want people to realize that bear hunting is more than just, experiencing it. It's the consuming it. Yeah. I'm not lying when I tell people this is some of the best game meat you can get. So good. Yeah, true. I mean, that's true. Usually people talk about the Axis deer meat. So we have a hunting operation in Lanai, Hawaii called Pineapple Brothers. And so I get a lot of Axis meat by going over there. Not since COVID. We're going to, hopefully they'll open back up soon, and we'll get back over there fairly soon and go bring some more Axis meat home. But usually that's the one people like, that backstrap, that tenderloin. But we had it right next to this, and I'll tell you what, they're different.
They're totally different, right? Yeah,
totally different.
But in that setup, and usually we probably just grilled it, seared it, whatever, a little salt and pepper on the other one, but on the Axis, and people love that. But this, having that next to this, was so interesting to actually try this with those other things out there as well. So it wasn't just we tried this in a vacuum, like we had those other things out there.